welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode number 77. Yeah, this one's gonna probably beat Black Clover to get to episode 80, probably because there's a lot more stuff to review for this series than Black Clover. Yep. This particular review, I'm reviewing the 20th film release, The Darkest Nightmare, which was released April 16, 2016, the day after my 27th birthday. That's when this film was released. Yep. This film starts off with a new character, Chanako. It's some kind of alcohol, where she's basically breaking into a database, and it turns out it's a database for the Public Security Bureau. Yep. Amuro chases her along with some other people when they find out about this, and they run out of the building, and then they chase her around for, of course, there's a car chase, which Amuro was intercepted by Aki, one of like 2 times they encounter each other, and he says, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" He really doesn't like the FBI at all. No, he thinks the FBI have no business in Japan, despite the fact they do. Yep, and then you have Chilico basically where she survives a car crash, and she just screams when seeing some colors. You don't see her again for a few more minutes. Then we see that the kids basically want a trip they're on the way to this theme park, Tropical Land, Tato Aquarium, and they want to either go to the aquarium or go to the roller coaster. They want to go to the roller coaster. Of course, they want to do both. Of course, they got tickets to both, and of course, they run into Chasuko. Well, first, Conan and Hybera run into first, and then the kids basically kind of drag her along, and they treat her pretty nicely, too. Yep, and she apparently has got like a cracked smartphone. Of course, has a gas to basically analyze it. And the kids basically take her to do some darts, do some other games, eventually go on the Ferris wheel, and then she has basically a seizure on the actual Ferris wheel. And then she's looked over, she's basically got a concussion. Well, basically she's got a lump on her head. That concussion basically more like a lump on her head, so that's where she's suffered from amnesia. And of course, goes like, "Oh, call police directly. We're gonna have Richard Moore come in to pick her up. Yeah, this beautiful babe, like." Of course, this is basically Conan ran about this. Not Richard Moore, because he doesn't want to work. He wants to sleep after drinking basically heavily. When he hears that basically the client is beautiful, he's like, "Okay, I'm going." Yeah. And he races out the door. Yep. And then, of course, the police do come, basically take her to police hospitals to look her over. The kids basically come to the hospital later. Of course, Richard Moore's like, where is the woman? It's like, she's already left. Like, damn. And of course, after this, do you see him after this? Well, he pops up one at a time in the movie, but that's pretty much it. He pops toward the very end. He does pretty much nothing this whole movie. He is by far the most useless character of the whole movie. It's like he pops up a few times, doesn't do much of anything, and that's it. What was the whole point of having him here? And also, apparently, Santos makes a return in this movie. And he's got no lines, surprisingly. You don't see his face, so you see Keba, who's got him out of lines with Takagi and Sato. McGuire gets basically the most amount of lines of the police officers. At least, unlike the last few films where the police officers don't do much of anything, at least they're here for most of the movie, which, unlike the last film, where they weren't making an appearance at all, or in the case the previous film, where they disappear halfway through the movie. Yep. Excuse me. So, yeah, and they play games with her, like when she's still in hospital, where she goes lay down. And of course, the Public Security Bureau comes in, and is like, "Hey, she's a suspect, and we'd like to take her." And McGuire basically was like, "What authority do you have to do this?" Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like the same thing. Is the Public Security Bureau written to be like the way the Americans tend to depict in fiction the FBI? Yeah, that's the kind of thing. That's what I think. Of course, they take her off. What did they take her? Did they take her to headquarters? No, they take her to the Ferris wheel to get her memories back. Yep. Kids had to see her, so they go back to the theme park without her, go on the Ferris wheel, and of course, they have to get out of there thanks to Sonico. Yep. When they booked an entire side, and when they arrived there, it's like some kids booked it. It's like some kids are like, "Okay, that's perfectly fine." Yeah, as long as they're not interfering at work. Yep, Conan, of course, slowly figures out that she is. Thanks to a meeting with the FBI. Yeah, the return of Jody, Carmel, and James. Yep, they pop up a few. They do some things in the movie. It's great to see them. They do not much. Yeah, they're mainly just to give exposition. They don't really do a lot. I mean, the only time Jody draws a gun on a movie is like toward the very end. But otherwise, though, they're mostly just there just to basically gather information for Conan. There's information gatherers for them. Like, really? The FBI. Characters were very active in the show itself, and here they do almost nothing. Like last time they showed up, they actually were very cooperative with the police, and they got a good amount of screen time. Here, they just... A lot of the time they show up, they're basically in a car. You very rarely see them outside of the car. The whole movie? Yeah, they're in the car the whole time. I'm like, really? You bring back the FBI, people who were not in the previous movie, but here in this movie, and you promote me in the movie, and they get very little screen time. It's like kind of reverse what happened when they last time showed up, where they took a lot of screen time away from the police officers. My guess is basically where it's like, hey, why don't we go explain to the police officers than we do the FBI? Yep. Oh yeah, and Jody still refers to Conan as cool guy, and Conan still refers to Jody as Jody Sensei, because she previously worked as teacher. Nice little nod to continuity. Oh yeah, and they get on board the Ferris wheel, where she pretty much regains memories, and it's revealed that she's basically not Rum, which she was suspected to be Rum, but nope, not Rum. She's actually Rum's right-hand woman. Yep. Why? Because apparently her brain can download information that should not be out there about the Black Organization. Yeah, somehow her brain's like that. It's not actually explained at all. And also, it looked like the Verma was going to inject her something in her freaking chest. Okay, what this white stuff was? No idea. What the heck is up with this woman's brain? Never explained. It's like, some things about this woman is never actually probably explained at all. Gets more on that later. So, what does Vodka do? What's his plan? Retrieve her, or at least kill her. Of course, Conan basically, when he gets on the Ferris wheel, when he gets back to the park, he discovers that the thing is lined with freaking explosives. Like, really? We have another movie in a row. We have like 2 movies in a row where the characters use explosives. At least in the case of Black Organization, at least they actually do have a good reasoning for it. I mean, they pretty much supply their own freaking supplies. And it was probably Gin probably planted a lot of these explosives. Gin probably not Vodka. No, he's probably too useless to do that. It probably. Oh yeah, and also what's the information that Jody goes to the beginning? The non-official cover list, non-cover list. Basically, anybody who's undercover in some terrorist organization is basically killed up. Mainly in the Black Organization. First they go to the UK, kill an MI6 agent. He's killed by Korn. And you have Chauncey, who tries to kill a Canadian official on top of a frickin' building wall being suspended, having basically a harness attached to him. Then we have a German agent, who apparently was one who ratted them out. She is killed by frickin' Gamma being shot while she's trying to jump into a river. And yeah, she's dead. After being shot by her and basically Vodka a couple times. Yep. Now, somehow they found out about this, and then they arranged to have Bourbon and Kerr. Kerr making her first appearance since Scarlet Epilogue. Yep, this is technically her last known appearance to date. Yeah, and I'll also point out, though, this is the last film appearance of the Black Organization, because they don't appear in the next couple movies. I don't know if they're going to appear in... As far as they're not announced to be in the 24th film that comes out next month, but yeah, this is the last film appearance they make. Yep. And pretty much, like, Gin basically wants to use this particular helicopter, use this particular vehicle. It's basically this attack helicopter that somehow the Black Organization can afford to have this thing. Yeah. Like, in case you're wondering, where does all the money come from for the Black Organization? Mainly from their boss, who's supposed to be... legally, this man is supposed to be dead, and yet this man still got a boatload of money. Where he gets money from... I have no idea. Yeah, there's a lot about the Black Organization in the series that's never properly explained. We know who their boss is, But here's the thing: the boss wasn't revealed until about 3 years ago, which they aired the episode last year, by the way. Yeah, they aired the episode last year. I think a couple years to finally reveal it. Because the manga they revealed in 2017. Basically, yeah, this movie came out. That's who the boss is. A character who has been mentioned once in the series, though he's never made a physical appearance on the series itself. Yeah. Plus, I love apparently the Black Organization has got like a holodeck basically to intimidate their subordinates. Yeah. And of course, when they have the public security officials basically on board, then she remembers everything, and she knocks out her PCI agent, gets out of the vehicle, where she contacts Burnmouth is in the movie. Yeah, she's here. Because of course she is. And when the one time she was seen, she sees Conan and she walks away from her seeing her because basically she has to deal with it basically that she won't bother them at all and he'll basically allow her to basically get away. Yep. Yeah. Mostly she's just there just for eye candy. That's basically what her mouth is there for. She actually does some stunt movie. She basically sabotages some device and spends a lot of time sitting the whole movie. And basically, she's a gas to basically using a device to kill children. Yeah, she's actually a gas basically using a device to basically cause a lot of destruction. Gin doesn't freaking care at all. Vermouth does. She's not compared to your organization, but she's not going to kill freaking children. Yeah, you see her basically hang out in a diner for about the latter half movie, just relaying info. It's like, really? You have a smoking hot agent here, and you basically have her do tech stuff. Okay, fine. And so Gin basically gets freaking nuts in this particular last part of the movie. Well, first they discover that, Bourbon's found out exactly where. Oh, yeah, the whole thing with Bourbon and Kerr. Yeah, they're brought before Gin, Vodka, and Vermouth to confirm if they're actually undercover agents. And, and of course they get info from Rum. Yes, Rum. And they confirm that, yeah, they're not agents. They're perfectly fine. And it turns out later that Conan, now most of the email that was sent to Rum was true, but the last couple lines, yeah, Conan did that. And of course, when Chelsea basically is asked about the email, and it's like, oh, email? Oh yeah, I sent that. Yep, probably because she knows that Conan basically knows who these people are. And Aki shows up. He does some action, of course. When he shows up with Bourbon, like first thing him and Aki do, get into a freaking fist fight. They brawl on top of a freaking Ferris wheel. I'm like, really, guys? Is this at the time? I mean, they're kids on this freaking Ferris wheel, and they may be attacked with the block and you two would rather beat the crap out of each other than actually bother to save people. Of course, they do call it off temporarily. Of course, Conan discovers there's actually a bomb aboard, like because he knows Aki is there. He was surprised to see Bourbon there. Of course, Amuro, and takes the bomb. Amuro takes time to actually disable it, though he only disables basically half the bombs before Gin goes freaking nuts. Yeah, after Jessica escapes, it's like, okay, bombs down, okay, let's detonate it the old-fashioned way. Let's use freaking bullets. Yep. And he pretty much proceeds to almost like burn off like the fair. Of course, they also, before all the shooting happens, they have Burnmouth knock out all the power to the place, with the exception of the aquarium for some reason. Yeah, for some reason the aquarium basically is a different power generator. It's never explained. And let's see what else. Then after a lot of the shooting of things starts coming off with the kids on board. But luckily enough, they're stopped by Conan's efforts using the suspenders, the ball. Of course, he first used the ball to have Aki take out the helicopter. That was when Gin go freaking nuts, basically shooting the thing up because he just freaking felt like it. And thanks to Joseph, basically, who saved Anita, he says, why do this? Because I think it's the right thing to do. And she's basically falls off, and then she gets like a steel pipe, a steel girder through her freaking belly. So her last thing she does before she passes away, She takes a crane and stops the frickin' Ferris from crushing the aquarium, though it does cause some damage, and of course power does come back on eventually. She, of course, is later killed via explosion. Yes, an explosion, because why not? The Black Organization gets away, and then we have like an aftermath. Everyone's, of course, perfectly fine. Conan got a new pair of glasses because during the courses he actually lost his glasses, and he got a new pair thanks to probably Anita, probably bringing a spare pair. Mm-hmm. Now, why she decided to come here? Because she was basically worried about him. Yeah, that was the reason why she actually came to the park, because she was worried about Conan. Yeah, because hint has she has a thing for Conan. She's never expressed it at all, but yeah, she has a thing for Conan. Yep. After everything is all saved, the Volkswagen basically is very forgiving toward the regular police officers, and everybody's like, everyone hunky dory, no real major injuries, a lot of property damage, and well, post-credit scene basically that the kids basically said that they hear about her passing away because they do find her body, and then we have a piece of the whale she was given from the kids as a gift for being good friends to them. And Rachel reminds basically, in a way, detective boys basically changed her. And it was a good thing. That's probably the reason why she tried to turn hero at the very end. All in all, pretty good movie. Though there's some things about the movie that not explained. Like, for instance, what the heck was up with Chenica? Like, okay, why was her brain basically having it where she's basically downloading unnecessary information? Yeah, the reason for this? No idea. Where she came from? Like a lot of the characters in Black Organization, no idea where these people came from. Yeah, there's a lot of Black Organization, like I said, never properly explained. I don't know why the Black Organization stopped appearing in the movies, or why they kind of trimmed down their appearances in the manga, but who knows? Yeah, another problem movie. FBI heavily promoted to be in the movie, and they barely get any screen time. Richard Moore, yeah, it's not surprising. He gets less screen time in this movie than he did in the last film. Last time he got a pretty good amount of screen time. Here he shows up like, oh, he's like saving his office, goes to see the woman, dragged off, disappears for most of the movie, and he doesn't even wake up to hear, and he basically arrives at the park. He shows up for last 20 minutes movie, comes a couple times, and that's really it. He does nothing to contribute to the play. Rachel does. Yeah. But this movie overall is actually pretty good. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next review, which will be the next film of the series, the 21st film. Yep. And it's something, though, that for the FBI, they will return to the movies in the 24th film, which comes out next month. The Black Organization in the movies will not return. This is the last appearance to date of the characters. Also, for the character Kerr, I'm an appearance for her because I'm all done anime-wise for her. I think there's one appearance for her in some special, and that's pretty much it. Mostly wise, yeah, she's mostly done. Amuro's got a few more appearances to do, but then he's pretty much done. But yeah, this movie is good. Has its problems, but oh yeah, in case you're wondering, is there any plot points in this movie that are never explained? As far as I can tell, no. This movie does not have any plot points that are quickly forgotten about. Not that I can think of, no. Of course, this episode we're going with Nita, but that's her worrying about Conan. But yeah, not much when it comes to plot points. Also, when the heck did Kerr escape from the handcuffs? Yeah. But yeah, that's not much else to this movie. Really good. Okay, so until the next video. Bye.